Hey there! One book can change everything. Discover revelations that spark courage, ignite dreams, and remind you who you truly are. From timeless classics to bold new voices, find your next inspiration in every page of Dr. Segun Olugbemi's books, such as Lessons from 30 Years of Marriage. Marriage is much more than a social contract. It is an institution established by God Himself. The man was never created to live in isolation, independent, alone, or all self-sufficient by himself. For two are better than one because they have a better reward for their labor. Red flags. Deception turns rulers into subjects and makes the wise foolish. It is the reason behind every failure, loss, pain, or regret. The life coach. The lessons we learn in life are: precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line upon line, here a little, there a little. Wisdom is loaded in all of creation. Therefore, the responsibility of discovery is on you. Defeating the mother frog syndrome. Mother frog syndrome is symptomatic of a lifestyle that is comfortable with whatever life throws at it. A man with great dreams who is unwilling to do anything about it. It is a reactionary life rather than an active one. A life that responds rather than initiates. Without conquest, there can be no victory. Without reaching, there is no getting. This is an apt description of what today's church looks like. This book teaches you how to kill these lethargic and apathetic lives. Mercy Extended. The vision that has led to this timely exposition on the rising new Church of Jesus Christ is clearly detailed in this book. It distinguishes between the Solomon Church and the Davidic Church, the significance of the donkey upon which no man ever sat on the occasion of the triumphant entry, vis-a-vis the present-day reformers in the rising church who have an understanding that Jesus Christ is either Lord of all or not at all. Prophetic confrontation. Prophecies are divine and accurate foretelling of the future to an individual, group, or nation by God. However, the recipient of prophecy has a key role to play in seeing it come to pass as foretold and benefiting from it, since most prophecies are conditions. Silent years. The silent years are the years we spend without being noticed. They are years of thorough preparation of a vessel by the Master Himself for His unique use. In this jet age of fast food, fast information, online church, online Bibles, and fast Christianity, many Christians, leaders inclusive, do not see the need to truly wait on God as in the days of Elijah. Obadiah Commission. There is a reason the word independence is not used in any translation of the Bible. One of the reasons is that God never meant for us to independent of Him or one another. We are to be dependent on God and interdependent on one another. Lessons from the Patriarchs, Volume 1 and 2. Every information in the Bible has a message for us. We sure can learn from the names, places, numbers, people, principles, and instructions therein. You can order all these books and more on Amazon or call +2 34805 116 6211.
Thank you for joining us again on TLC. I guess you've really been enjoying us. It has been an interesting time. Can you please do me a favor? Will you just share this now to your friends? Share it to your platform, your profile, your page. Share it to the groups you belong to right now. Share it to some persons on Messenger or your WhatsApp. Let's have a beautiful time together, this coaching session. And I have been dealing with some issues lately. I know that they must have really impacted your life in a positive way. And this time I want to share something that that is important. Everything I say, I will say is the most important thing you need to learn, but everything is important because just the previous episode I was talking about 14 things to never do. Today, I want to talk about some simple rules of life. You see, life itself is governed by rules, by protocols. And most of us are serial violators of natural protocols or divine protocols. Let me tell you this. The rule of God on earth is not implemented theocratically. God has put them in the hands of people to implement. In the hands of your parents, of your teachers, of your leaders, of your governors, of presidents, of the law courts. So much so in the law courts, people are called lords. They call my lord within the court. They rule in the courts. We have the lords in the court, judges. We have landlords. So there are lords all over here and there. So there are simple rules. Everybody has to be under one form of rule or the other. You cannot be lawless. There are laws, there are rules of life that you need to keep. I just want to share some simple ones with you. Understand the simple rules of life. Number one, identify open doors. And then identify what doors to knock upon. And know this, perhaps the most important thing in this rule that I want to say is that identity open doors. That's the first thing you should actually read. All other things can be explanations. Identity open doors. It is as you identify the doors to knock on and identify the people and what you want to ask from them, then doors open to you. It's identity that opens doors. Have you ever had a stranger knock on your door and you didn't recognize him? And when they answer you, you didn't recognize the person, you didn't identify him. And therefore, what did you say? You say, I'm sorry, this is not this house. Check the other one. The principle of ask and you shall receive relies on knowing who is asking, the right person to approach, and what the appropriate request is. That's what I was trying to explain. You have to know who to ask. If you ask for the right thing from a wrong person, you will not get it. I've taught something on this area, which is knowing the difference between your mentor and your sponsor. A sponsor is the one you go to who says, well, I want to support you in this area and this area and this area. And the sponsor takes on that, looks into your project, see that you have a feasibility study and everything falls within his purview, that he has the resources to support you. What does he do? He gives you the money. And he said, I've said to you, don't come back. That's a sponsor. A mentor is different. A mentor teaches. He gives you platforms. He gives you networks. He gives you opportunity to meet. He gives you a shoulder. Gives you a ladder to climb up. Gives you a shoulder to rely on so that you can climb up to a shoulder to see further. You understand what I'm saying? And so if you make a lot of people come to me, a lot of people, just because you show some benevolence and goodness. Everybody is saying, I need money. And they say, we need 500,000, I need 100,000. They don't know whether you have the money or not. But I'm giving you principles that will help you get something. No, they don't want that. So they don't differentiate between a sponsor and a mentor. So if you ask a mentor what you can get from a sponsor, you don't get it. If you ask a sponsor what you can get from a mentor, you don't get it. You can walk up to somebody's wife and ask to go on a date with someone's wife because you're asking for a good thing from the wrong person. You don't go to someone else's husband and ask for a date as a woman because you felt that he's available. Okay. And then you're asking the right thing, but from the wrong person. Do you understand me? So settle this. Identity opens doors to you. It's only your identity that will open the door. If you knock on the right door, identity opens doors. You have to know who you are, know the door to ask, know the right person to ask, to approach, know what to ask, make appropriate requests. That's the only way you get it. You don't get because ask and you shall receive. You do not receive just because you asked. You only receive because you ask the right person and ask the right thing. Even if you ask for the right person, you're hungry and you came to me and you wanted something. Somebody came to me and said, she pleaded with me over 3 or 4 days. I said, I want to visit with you. I need you to bless me. I need you to do something. And, and I got them. I said, okay, you have this kind of stuff. They gathered about 3 or 4 different kind of food stuff that we have in the store. I said, give it to this person. And she came and said, I don't need food. I don't need food. I don't need food stuff. What do you need? I need money. I got another gift. I said, I don't need this. I need the large sums of money. I say, are you crazy? What part of me screams billionaire that wants to share money? I don't have that money. What's your problem? He said, why? That's why I came. I said, you need to be on your way right now. You were stopping me as though you needed to survive. I didn't know you have gotten beyond the level of survival. You have this. You are just looking for some plenty money somewhere. You need a couple of hundreds of thousands of millions. You need to look for those who have it. I don't. Okay? Asking the right thing from the wrong person will not give it to you. It is not just the act of knocking that opens the door. It is the right person knocking the right door, precise door, on the right door, and making it happen. It is the right person who knocks on the right door. That's what that makes it happen. It doesn't work. The right person must knock precisely on the right door to produce result. Many people struggle with asking because they tend to focus on only their own needs rather than the needs of those people they are asking from or addressing. People are motivated to give when their interests are met. It is not solely out of love for you. Every act of giving has a transactional nature. There's always a payoff involved. By identifying that potential benefit, you can increase your chances of getting what you ask for. Please stop this whole idea. You know, a lady met me one day. Oh, daddy, this is what happened. I don't know. My landlord is trying to ask me out and he's been disturbing me. Did they name your price? And do that. I said, what has your landlord been doing for you? He said, like I told you, he came, he connected fan, he connected this, he did the electrical works, and he did this. And when she was telling me, I asked her, I said, did you ask your landlord what you can do for him? He said, no. I said, but you own a salon. You know how to do hair, you know. Have you ever gone to the landlord and said, excuse me, sir, I tell mommy I'm going to come and do her hair? He said, no. But he has a daughter. Have you gone to do her daughter's hair free of charge? I said, you're selling yourself. Money is to men what sex is to women. Women don't give out sex, their sex. Giving out sex is transactional. It's because they believe there's going to be love there, there's future relationships, or there's marriage, there's future, or they can control, or they can have money, they have power, they have something. There's a payoff in giving out sex. They're going to get money. There's a reason. A woman doesn't give it out for nothing. He said that he's in love with you. He said that he hopes you will love him back. He said he wants to control you. He needs money. That's why they do it. Just the same thing. A man does not sow seed of money. He doesn't give out money out freely, except he sees himself as a benefactor to you, as a sponsor, as a leader to you, as a father, as somebody who will ask for a relationship later or sex or something. Money is to men what sex is to women. And if you are coming to ask people something, make sure their interest is captured. If the interests are not captured, I guarantee you they tell you they don't have it. That is why one way to get what you need is capture the interest of the person. That is why when politicians, especially in third world countries, when they go to campaign, they promise, I will do we do this, we do this, we do that, we do that. They would narrate those things. But while they go, they will say, take 50,000, take 100,000, take 1 million for your transport. This is for your mobilization. They give out millions, dole out billions to people, to their agents and, contractors and political jobbers and all that. They give out these things to go mobilize people. They call it mobilization fee. They mobilize and they give out money because every human being is transactional in nature, including yours sincerely. I want to know, if you say you want to come and meet me, you want to visit me, you want to spend time, what do I have to benefit? If I'm going to help pay your transport to visit me, you come in, I'm going to give you gift, I pay your transport for going, I did that, and they say, what are you bringing for me? What's on the table for me? What's the need for me? A lot of people will say, I want to come visit you, and I said, no thanks, because every time you come around me, you come to subtract. You always come to take away, you've never brought any stuff. You know that there are people in the house, you didn't think to buy a loaf of bread to give them. You know there are people around that could, you didn't think that you could just bless somebody. And then you just want to take and take and take and take and take. So you got to know that every human being you see has his need embedded in the request you are making. Make sure you capture their needs. Number 2, understanding the distinction between loneliness and aloneness is important. Loneliness is a place of isolation. characterized by a lack of companionship and an absence of social interaction. A lonely person is often desires company but finds themselves without it. In contrast, aloneness refers to being by oneself all alone without anyone present. I enjoy aloneness. I enjoy being alone, but I don't want to be lonely. Whenever I'm alone, I have lived in my own house sometimes, a very, duplex and other, and I've stayed for a whole week or more, only myself in the yard, only myself. And I enjoyed that. When I was writing my book on the red flags, the 420-some page book, I spent all the time writing. I enjoyed it. I walked back to back. I love it that there was silence. Nobody is making requests. Nobody is knocking on the door. I was good. I never stepped out, even so much as the courtyard. If I needed to walk out, I walk out within the house, go up and down the steps, jog a little bit. Just skip ropes and all that. Do you understand what I'm saying? You need to create alone a me time. But aloneness is different from loneliness. Loneliness loneliness itself detrimental to your mental well-being. Aloneness is essential for personal growth and spirituality. It is important to learn how to be alone with yourself, with God, and with your conscience, with your family. This time spent in solitude allows for reflection on life and your journey towards purpose. Furthermore, being alone requires or provides an opportunity to strategize on how to confront life's most important questions. Those that, those that most people they shy away from. When you are alone, you ask yourself those questions and you can provide good answers between you and God and your conscience. You need alone time with family. You need alone time with God. This period of introspection serves as a moment of truth, enabling you to take stock of your life and evaluate your journey. Stay alone, be quiet, be reflective. Loneliness, on the other hand, is that you need companions and they're not there. You need an associate, you need people to be with you, they're not there. And you don't want to do that. You want to relate with other people. You want to be open to them. You want to be good. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you don't want to be lonely. Loneliness will crush you. Loneliness will create mental health problems. But aloneness is a time you create to be alone for yourself and by yourself. Do you understand? Number 3, the glory of living is legacy. Legacy refers to the lasting impact of specific events and actions from the past, as well as the influence of an individual's life. After 4 decades in leadership, I can confidently say that nothing is more fulfilling than witnessing the success and the happiness of those who you have influenced. Those you have influenced. The most effective way to achieve your own goals is to help others achieve theirs. Given the brevity of life, and the best way to leave a lasting legacy is to invest in people intentionally. I can't say this enough. You got to learn to invest in people. You have to learn to spend time, create legacies. What will you be remembered for? Just stop right now. Think about it. What will your epitaph be? Here lies the remains of Madam Agnes, Madam Elizabeth, or Josephine, or Charity, or Christy, or Mr. Mike, or Dr. Jones, or Reverend this, who lived and what? He saw, he ate, he drank, he begat sons and daughters, and he died. Is that what you want to live by? Or you want to really change the course of people's life? It is crucial to be purposeful about making an impact on future generations by actively supporting and empowering them. Ultimately, you will be remembered for what you have accomplished. You'll be remembered for what you have done, the lives you have taught, the people you have taught. I just gave you the story of my dad. He lived to be 94. He passed on. Man, people were sharing testimonies, talking about this man's life. I mean, some people say I'm the better. People in social media were calling, were sending messages, say, please make sure you choose the right date for all of us to come. And somebody said, oh, I'm coming to you. Someone wrote a tribute. who said he had been a friend to one of my cousins when he was in school. But they went to the bush, they left the classroom and they were playing. And my dad caught him over and said, "Son, what are you doing here?" He said, "Son, who are you?" And he mentioned his name. "You are from where?" He said, "You are my son. I forbid you from working with this guy from today." He just called him aside and spoke to him. And then went to the school and requested that his son will be moved from that place to somewhere else. And then they moved him to another class. They separated them from 2A or 3A to 3B, and they separated them. And this young man said, "I don't know what it was that they told my friend. He didn't tell me. But from that day, I told myself, if my friend graduates with 7 credits or 8 credits, I will score 8 credits because I know his father was putting him." He said, "That man changed the course of my life." He traveled home to see my dad and said, "Thank you for changing me." He said, "Who are you?" He said, "Do you remember the day?" I said, "I can't remember." He said, "It was what you told my friend that changed the course of my life." And he wrote a tribute for the man's funeral. You see, you only be remembered by what you have done. Start building your legacies now. Start building your legacies now. Don't get old before you start it. Start thinking of who you can change, who you can mentor. Begin from primary school, from secondary school. You know, one of my younger brother's kids, when they come in from school, they come in straight to my home. Their mother will bring them and say, "Want to see Big Daddy? Want to see Big Daddy?" Then they come around and I give them, those days it was pencils. I give them 1 or 2 pencils. And I will look at their results and I say, "You could have been number 1. Why are you number 7? Why are you number 5? Promise me you're going to be number 1 and then you can come ask for anything." And they will undo themselves and they will come to be number 1. Got the first position in all the subjects. And they said, I remember one of them told the mother, "Don't open this envelope." I said, "Why? I'm your mother." I said, "No, we're going to Big Daddy's house. He has said if I became the first in this subject, he will give me, I've scored the first now in mathematics in everything. He's going to give me 5 pencils. He won't let the mother check the results. And then he will come, everything, when I give them gifts, they will come and whisper to my ear, "Big Daddy, don't forget our birthday is so and so day." You know, I created a legacy. Now they are grown and they are always in touch with me. They always chat with me. The parents don't know. They will feel the mother. The other one will talk to the mother and tell you, say, "This is where Big Daddy is now." They know my program more than the parents. You know, they just, because I've created legacies, the way I love them and care for them from childhood. Okay? Number 4, one of the key qualities of excellence is dependability, which refers to being trustworthy and reliable. Okay? Excellence is not just that something expensive, is dependability and trustworthiness and reliability. It embodies the quality, embodies this quality, and then must, pay attention to every schedule that you have, your manners, your conversations, your strength of character. That is what excellence is. It gives attention to your schedule. It gives attention to your manners, your conversation, your strength of character. Dependability is closely related to integrity. Whether you realize it or not, people evaluate you based on your words, on your actions, and an ability to remain true to your commitments when it matters most. If others perceive you as unreliable, they are likely to trust you. They are not likely to trust you with their deepest secrets. They are very unlikely to trust you with their deepest secrets. Because the strength of your relationships and partnership likely depends on the level of trust that you cultivate. So you must develop the habits that encourage others to think of you as someone they can count on in times of trouble and difficulties. You don't sit back there. Excellence is that which says, "I am reliable, I am dependable, I keep to my words, I keep to my schedules. You can trust me. I will not fail. I will not mess up. I refuse to disappoint you." You see, excellence doesn't mean you have the best thing. Doesn't mean you have a lot of money. Doesn't mean you have the most expensive thing. It simply means you distinguish yourself by strength of character and integrity. It means that you are punctual. It means you are focused. you direct everything, you share, you share values and integrity, your punctuality, your conversation, you carry yourself with dignity and show that you are a person that can be dependable, that can be trustworthy. That is excellence. You understand? Number 4, learn to be generous with words, with your words. Words can have a profound impact on people. They can hurt, words can kill and heal and lift up or bring people down. Think about it. Yesterday, somebody said something bad to you. How did you feel? Okay, if I just told you now that, do you know that your best friend just passed away? How are you going to feel? But what if I said to you, I paid in $1 million or $1 million to your account. Have you received the bank notification? Not yet. Please check your bank app. There's some money there, up to $1 million. You smile, right? One can lead you to tears, the other can lead you to joy and excitement. Words hurt, words kill, words heal, words lift up, words can bring people down. One of the greatest dangers of misusing words is that they can tarnish someone's life, just as the proper use of the word can enhance it. It was Mark Twain who once said, I can live for 2 months on a good compliment. Compliments can make someone feel good, valued, and appreciated, motivating them to keep going. Even small positive comments can significantly impact on someone's life and someone's mood and self-esteem. So start today. Starting from today, consider lifting someone up. Consider talking to someone. Consider lifting someone's spirit or sending positive text messages, sending positive vibes. Compliment your staff, compliment your neighbors, your friends, your children, your spouse. Share positive words with your spouse, your children, your neighbors. It is important not to confuse compliments with flattery, though. I don't mean that you should tell them lies and say, hey, without you, the universe will stop. You are the Alpha and Omega. Whoever says that, you are already overdoing it. You are flattering. But when it comes to being positive, there's always something positive you can add to someone's life. One day, my wife was sharing with me. She came back from work and she said to me, I don't know what is going on with my colleagues. And I said, what happened? He said, everybody, he said, Dr. Olugbemi, you are the best person. You are not only the best teacher, you are a very kind woman. You are always giving compliments to people. I said, okay. So I was, they say you always say something. Madam, you're looking smart, you look good. And so he said, I told them, I didn't know how to do it. My husband taught me how to give compliments. He said to them, he sees something positive in everyone. So when he sees you, he will say, this is very good. He said, not that there's nothing bad, but he chooses to see the good thing. He said, everything and everywhere, there's something good with him. So I learned to give compliments to people. I am generous with it. Why am I generous? Because that's the best. It's easier for me. It's healthy for me. I see the beauty in you. I see the good things in you. Somebody asked me just today, and he said to me, as my mentor, you are just pointing out some things to me after a long time I've been relating with you. And I mentioned it and they say, yeah, you need to improve on this and that's all. And but why is it that you have never told me many of these things before? I said, I was mentoring someone who had self-esteem issues, who has, mental health issues, you have low self-esteem and other things. What would have happened if I was telling you what is not right with you every day? He said, because you've always told me how good I am. I said, what attracted you to me in the first place, outside of other things you mentioned? You said to me, you've told me your deepest secret that nobody knew, and I never judged you. I didn't condemn you. I said, that's what attracted to you. So if every time you come around, I'm picking on your faults, will you want to be around such a fellow? No. I said, I compliment you because I know through compliments we can get to other areas and say, you can adjust this, you can increase this, you can do this. Choose to see and share something positive about everyone you encounter. And every effort you made around that is made around you, choose to compliment it. Sometimes, like I used to say, sometimes people in my home, they cook food, and I say, thank you so much. And then one of them will come to me, Daddy, do you really enjoy the meal? Or you're just trying to be positive? Because when we tasted it, it's like the pepper was too much of salt. I said, don't worry. I said, no. One of them told me, say, no, Daddy, tell us so that we can make corrections. I said, yeah, I understand. Every chef has a bad day. They said, but every time you get into the kitchen and you cook, you don't have a bad day. Everything you cook is right. Why is it that we get it, we don't get it? I said, don't worry, you'll soon be there. You did well. They said, but why didn't you tell us? Order us to go back. You bought the food, you gave us the money, you have a right to ask us to go and prepare something. I said, no, it's okay. You will get it right. You got it right some days, and now that you didn't get it right, it's okay. We'll be okay. You'll be all right. And they will say, Daddy, thank you. Thank you for showing us that we are not all bad, that there's something good. I say, you are good people. You know, and sometimes my wife will say, oh, all these ones, they're angels in your eyes. They can't do wrong. They do a lot of wrong. I just have learned to be positive and see how to positively correct them. So choose to see and share something positive about everyone you encounter and every effort you make, every effort made around you, put a positive construction on every matter. It is a decision worth making since you have nothing to lose at the end of the day. Just giving people compliments, you don't lose anything. You don't lose anything. You are good, you are excellent, you are great the way you are. Just give people some compliments. Share it with them. It's free of charge. And then are words, you don't have to buy those words. If you need to look for, go on the net, research how to compliment people. What words can make people's day? Say it to them. And so I heard one man was telling me, oh, if you tell the woman like that, her head will swell up. Isn't your own swell up? Does your head not get big when she told you, I'm glad to have you as my husband? Didn't you feel big? Didn't you feel like, man, my wife really gave it to me. I love this. Did you feel that? Why are you not making it look like the woman is, does not deserve to feel good? Everybody wants to feel good. Say you look beautiful. One day I was dressed up many years, about 27 years ago or so, or 28 years ago. I told my wife, I said, don't you like what you see? Another, he said, yeah, anything you wear is okay for you. Whatever dress you wear is perfect. But you see, I don't see what other women see in you. See, because when I look at you, tough time never lasts. Tough people do. He said, you are rugged. He said, nothing gets you down. He said, if you can open your mouth to talk, you will come out. He said, that is something so unique about you that people don't know. Nothing gets you down. You always bounce back. So when I look at you, it's more than your flesh. It's more than your looks or your dressing. It's something on the inside of you. Give compliments. Give compliments. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you learn to do this, your children will smile more. Your husband will love you more. They'll be softer. Everybody around you, they want to gravitate towards you. Well, I would love to spend more time with you, but I think we'll spend some good time now. I want to release you now, as you do the same to me. But please, I want you to share this with your friends, share this with family, share this on your platform, and then support us as we go. Please follow the coordinates and reach out back to us. We need your feedback. God bless you, and have a great evening.
Find your next inspiration in every page of Dr. Segun Olugbemi's books, such as Lessons from 30 Years of Marriage, Red Flags, The Life Coach, Defeating the Mother Frog Syndrome, Mercy Extended, Prophetic Confrontation, Silent Years, Obadiah Commission, Lessons from the Patriarchs, Volume 1 and 2. You can order all these books and more on Amazon or call +2 34805 116 6211